Yo. Yo.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, man. Are you here?
Yes.
Cool. I
Cool, what's
cannot
up?
change. I need to fucking leave and come back. Fuck.
You left and come back?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Hmm. So how many minutes you were in?
What the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, brother.
What's up with the eyebrow? Yeah.
Jiggy Chad.
So how many were you live before?
I was in pre-live. I was doing stuff before, but yeah, we've been live for 16 minutes now.
60 minutes?
16 minutes.
60 minutes. But then we lost that 60 minutes? Like how does it work?
What do you mean we lost? We didn't
You
lose
know, like you
anything.
need to spend almost like an hour to
Yeah,
the system too.
I think we're perfect, no?
Hmm?
No, I think it's good. Like, we've been alive for 16 minutes, 17 minutes, so I think it's fine. Why can I change my fucking camera? Damn, quality sucks balls. Weasley, hey, what's up, Weasley from YouTube? Welcome, welcome. We're starting the live right now. Yes?
Should we
Arda,
play subject 3?
what do you mean subject 3? Eh? What are you talking about?
Subject 3, dude. Our song.
Oh, after that, dude, we got a message from Wesley on YouTube. Here is what is going to happen to all atheists, those who refuse to tell the vision of the valley from Jesus.
We are gonna thrive in the new world.
What do you mean? Expand on
Well, it's
that.
our time.
Okay, I'm gonna let you for a second. I need to bring back the real camera. Like, I cannot do shit right now.
What do you
But
mean?
check the chat. Check the chat. It's
I'm
there,
I'm
right?
I'm trying to. I'm
On
trying
YouTube, right?
to.
I'll be back. We're starting the live. Thanks for following and check it out.
Wait, where are you going? He left. God damn it. Classic Matt.
Wow, dude, the music's so loud. Welcome, welcome. Satan shall convince Arab oil banks to release money. To get to the money, you must brand it with the barcode Omnibar. What are you up to? Arda.
Did you read what Wesley, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to read it. Where's the music? Don't judge anything. What are you doing?
I am logging in Twitch, trying to pull the chats.
The chat is on YouTube. Lo
Yeah,
shall
well,
be
Twitch
forced
too.
over you. that if you're not, what do you mean omni-money? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 second first? I
I'm
don't
curious
get
how
it.
Wesley found us
I
on
don't know. It's
YouTube.
so alive.
What were you what were you searching? Atheists versus religious
Literally.
theists. Wesley, we are the new Atheist Experience podcast. If you like our
Are we?
content, please like and subscribe.
We are trying to make the things work right now.
We're not trying. We are done. We did it.
We
I think
did
we're
it.
good.
We're alive.
I
We're
think.
ready.
I think so. You know,
Almost. There you go. I don't know why your quality sucks, dude, on your end.
my quality, I see it
Yeah,
good. I think you maybe saw mine shitty because yours is
it's good
okay.
too.
Yours is okay.
Yeah, I know. Mine is always good. Let me put my face getting in the same
Am I
perspective as
too
your.
too low? Should I go a little bit more?
No, no, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's perfect. Ah, so what's going on? What's going on? You call
He
that
said,
thriving?
"You call
Lol,
that
you are
thriving?
fools.
Lol, you're."
Of course, you're
Well,
fools.
I mean, our numbers are, getting higher every day. So
Which numbers are
jokes
you
on
talking
you,
about?
huh?
What numbers are you talking about?
Our
Yeah,
numbers,
our numbers?
yeah. The demographics,
Oh, the
the numbers. Aren't
demographics,
you
of
getting the
course.
memo? Aren't you
Yeah, I'm
getting
getting the memo all the time.
graphs?
So, okay, so Wesley, what are you talking about? What's going on there?
Wesley.
Yeah, shall identify no food to buy with your 32 Omni money. I think. Wait, where'd that come from? If it reminds me of something. No.
Wesley Curry too. Why too? He
Hmm.
likes numbers. What are the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh? What's that? Since?
Yeah. Obviously.
My good.
My goodness.
If you say "Oh my God" or like Jesus during your daily life, are you like religious? Is it like in your heart, deep down, that
Deep
you're a
down, that it
religious
means
person
like you
because you
believe in
said
God.
"Oh my God"?
Obviously, dude. It's always like that. Always.
Then I'm a very, very religious person.
I'm not saying that like for me. On my side, I never say it though. It's weird.
What is our Twitch password?
Shut the
can, you,
fuck up. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not
can you
giving
tell me
you
on live?
anything. No, I'm not gonna give you online. It's there on the fucking notes. You know the notes. You know where it is.
I know, I know. Calm down, Lord.
Oh
You're
my
so
god,
tense
this is
today. You're
yeah. I'm
so
so tense, dude. I'm started smoking again.
Really?
Yesterday night, yeah. I started playing Oblivion and then
You're a fool. You fool.
yeah,
That's
I
how I
know.
imagine he's saying it. You fool. Who was saying
What?
it, Mr. What was his
What?
name?
Mr.
The,
Beast?
no. A team.
18?
You fool. I guess the guy, the with the chains.
Oh, um, Ice T, but no, Ice T
No, no,
Robot.
no. Not Ice T. I want to say Mr. Q, but it's not
Mr.
that.
T, Mr. T.
Mr.
That's
T,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's the same.
You
Oh my
fool.
god. Yeah, fool. Pray for the fool.
I'm
What's
above
my
you.
with
That's
that?
the righteousness of religious people. I'm above you. I'm like, in what way? What are you talking about?
In what way? Yeah, what does it mean? You mean you're
Like
fucking us,
like
or
yeah, like
what does that
sexual
mean?
way? Are you top? What's going on?
Oh my god. How you been doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. I am
I'm gonna show that on the stream because I think
good.
it's so beautiful. You see, I suggest you get a Chinese phrase for shopping book to help you with your own omni money spending sprees.
And the thing is, his photo is like an old person with glasses, but I bet he's like 20 or something, you know?
I don't see the picture that much, so that's why. Dot. All right, there you go. Full stop. So, how's the weather, dude, in LA? Did God came to bless
It's
you?
kind of okay. I mean, cloudy, but
Yeah,
it's fine. Not crazy. Is there anybody on Twitch? I still can't see it.
not yet. Oh,
Not yet.
oh, dude. I'm eating the apple. You see? God and shit. No?
You're eating what?
The apple.
The apple.
There's a spot on it, dude.
Well,
What
you
does that
know
mean?
the story with the apple? Have you heard that one?
Which one?
The
There's so
famous
many.
one?
The apple
The
of
most
Eden?
famous one? The story
The story.
with the apple.
With Lilith trying to kill the man.
I haven't heard that one. It's a
What are
love
you fucking talking
story,
about?
like a triangle story.
Okay, tell me.
There's a
I want
snake.
to hear. That's what I told
There's
you.
a
What the fuck are you
there's
talking
a
about?
there's a woman. Who is Lilith?
It's the snake, dude.
Lilith is not. That's not. No,
Of
it's your
course it's the
version of the
snake. No,
story,
it's
bro.
not.
You
It's
always do
not.
that. Like every movie we talk
No,
about, you
fucking.
tell me your version, and I'm like, what is that? Like, can you tell me the real one, please?
Okay,
Same
check
thing
it
with
out, dude.
Attack on Titan.
I'm telling you. What do you mean? It's the same. All right, Lilith. It's the demon, the first demon that is a woman that tried to convince Eve to uh to give the apple to Adam, and then that motherfucker just chucked up.
Mm.
Lilith. It's the
So it's
snake.
not devil,
It's a snake. It's the demon. It's Lilith.
but not the devil like
It's
Lucifer.
not the devil. No.
Oh,
There we go.
so it's basically woman to woman, a woman tricking another woman. Kind of
Classic woman's,
classic, bruh. I think
Classic,
Wesley
bro.
would like that. Is Wesley
Yeah.
still here?
I don't know. Maybe he's sick of our shit
He's
because
like,
we're spending those Omni money all the time. Dude, Omni like feels like
I'm still trying to find the username and the password for Twitch.
dude, are you shitting fucking me?
Okay, found it. Found it.
So
Is
it's
it the regular or live?
I am
Live.
dumb Mosquito 365 69 420.
Is on the chat right now?
No. It's the password.
Oh, okay. I thought it's the name of a person, like a nickname. Well, you got a email with the 6-digit code.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I'm sending you
Text me.
elsewhere. All right.
Or say it on live. I dare you.
011336. Did I lie? Did I lie? I never lied, dude. Only the fools lies.
No, you were. Yeah, you told me the truth. You always tell me the truth. That's why I love you, bro.
Yeah, I know. And God is not doing that. Never.
God is not doing that. And
No.
if you read the Bible and the Old Testament, actually, you see
It
the
says-
things that he did, all
Yeah.
the bad things.
All the bad things, like putting fingers in child's ass and stuff.
Oh my God, I don't know that. I don't know that part, but I believe you.
Yeah, I think it's Lucius 37-4.
And how many bad things we know recorded that Lucifer did, huh?
Yeah, Lucifer did zero, dude. Zero, my bro.
It's just rumors.
Just rumors.
The only thing we know is what God said. So
I mean, to be honest, I think it's interesting though. Like the only religion that has like pedophile rings and shit that's going really bad is Christianity. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that, like all the kids loving
Suffering.
persons,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's the same religion all the effing time, always. Like there is a sexual scandal right now in France because of that. A fucking school where the teachers in that Christian school like beat the shit out of the students and also rape some at night. That's fucking crazy. And the prime minister is kind of involved in that fucking scandal. That's that's nuts, dude. That's nuts.
The current prime minister, not the former one.
No, 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 come on. But yeah, it is crazy.
Involved, like knowing it, didn't do anything.
Yeah, like his wife was teaching in this school, and his daughter was at its school, and she released today um, a memo and a book saying that she got like physically abused in that school. And he's supposed not knowing what happened in that school. Wow, funny, what's going on in the school? Getting touched by the priest.
Yeah.
So I think we should change the title of the stream. There's so many things we can talk about.
We should or shouldn't, you said?
We should.
We should
The-
change it.
Yeah, the title of the stream, yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I
What
didn't
do you want
think
to do?
about it. But there's the Pope that passed away.
Okay,
on Easter.
atheism covers it. Next.
Okay. Um, H3H3.
Okay, anarchism covers.
I does response, so
Covers. We can still talk about that next.
and what else?
Welcome to the chat room. Why does it say that? Did you just?
What do you mean welcome to the chat room? I didn't say anything.
No. I'm on Twitch looking at
It's
the
always
chat
like
stream.
that, always, dude, when you
Or
start
just keep saying it.
yeah,
Hmm. Didn't notice yet.
Should
Do
I
you? If
write
you
it?
want to change the title, do it. But I think it's appealing. I think it's like might trigger people's, attention. And we can still talk about those things. I think we don't need to talk about that.
Oh no, I know.
So yeah, Pope died. I to be honest, I like that Pope. Like that specific Pope, like not like them,
Why?
but he was okay. Like he was okay. Like he was like lesser weirdo, crazy, excessive kind of a dude. He was a little bit more,
What do you mean? I know
He what is the word?
progressives,
Moderate. Yeah.
moderate. Yeah, I think that's the right term there. Wink. Yeah, I think he was moderate, but he was a bitch.
Like it's better than someone like you guys need to do this and that, like that fascistic,
What's so fucking funny, dude, is like how people are treating him like this huge person now. Like if he was an imam, nobody gives a shit. If he was a Buddhist, nobody gives a shit. But here in France, in the US, they put the flags down, for the Pope. For what reason? Why? Is it because of Christianity, or it's because it's a leader of, or is a symbol of peace, or
100% Christianity.
yeah? And the problem that I have with that, I'm going to tell you guys, the problem that I have with that is, yes,
Yeah, I agree. The same problem that I have.
no, the problem that I have with that is like nobody gives a shit about what he was saying. Like this Pope was against blaming the LGBTQ community, against the war in Gaza. Like he was pro-Palestinian, like for the Christmas.
And no
Mass
Christian
and-
gave
and
a shit
things.
because it didn't align
Yeah,
with
nobody
their...
gives a shit. Exactly. And that's the fucked up part. It's like they all play the good Christians, and like, oh, this guy is kind of this head of the Vatican and all that internationally. That means something. But then they don't give a shit about what he was saying.
And he died right after what?
Meeting H D to the G to the J D. Beans.
Yeah.
I saw a
Coincidence?
video today which was so funny about that, which was the scene from the interview. You know when they're, when they're like coming like that, like.
Don't forget the hand. Don't forget the hand.
Yeah, I'm showing the end like that, all right?
No, the other one. Like this. You know, he does
No,
like
but
this.
not that. No, it's like, oh yeah, 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 you're right, you're right. He's coming like that, you're right.
Skylark.
But yeah, that's literally what it was. Like
Like, I'm so
Jadiven's
sad.
preparing
Like, some
to
of the actors and comedians are um,
problematic.
problematic, sexually, like pervies. Um, it just makes me sad. I'm like, well, fuck off, you guys. Like, just makes me angry to them. But whatever.
Why did you go down? Oh god damn it! I feel like I need to put back my camera. Anyway, but yeah, dude. What a beautiful life.
So, what is gonna happen next since Pope passed away? Now they're
The
gonna. How long does
pup.
it pop up? And they're gonna do the what is a ceremony kind of a thing, I guess, and then they choose a new pope, right?
Yeah.
Do they choose it like randomly, like after like bringing some popes elected from locations, and then
No, I don't think it's random. No, I think like it's hierarchical, hierarchical.
well, there's a hierarchy? Yeah,
It's a hierarchy, exactly. Hierarchical doesn't mean anything.
that's a
Hierarchy.
hard that's a hard word, and I'm not even sure
Hierarchical.
that's a word.
I'm not sure that's a word either.
Hierarchical,
A
but I don't think
hierarchical.
it may not be a
No, there is none.
maybe
No, I
not.
don't think it's a word.
You can say there is a hierarchy. That's
There's
easier.
a hierarchy.
Yeah,
That's it. All
he
right.
was next in the hierarchy or something like.
No, so there's a hierarchy where people come up like a group of people are gonna think about which one they want. Like they're gonna vote for someone basically.
Hmm.
So they think about how the what is the message they want to convey, what type of pope they want, and all this, and then they decide on which one they elect in some way. It's like a democratic process.
So it's kind of like the elders.
Yeah. Nah.
Like, how many people do you know?
Right, I'm eating cyanide right now. I don't know. No, a couple, maybe two, three.
Let's ask God. Okay, I'm gonna pray to God and then ask for an answer for the question. All right.
Your God is a fool.
I mean, I don't know about that, but
I think
kind of knows
it's a
everything, you
fool.
know?
It doesn't know anything.
It knows everything.
It does bullshit sometimes.
Sometimes, but we're all humans. We make mistakes.
But
Tell me
God
one
is-
human doesn't say things wrong. Here you go.
But isn't it God, the Almighty that knows everything?
Well,
And
this
doesn't
is
make any
a
mistakes?
this is a God in progress. Like it's not there yet. It's just like
In between.
Dear God,
Dear
please
God.
tell me what's the process.
So there's gonna be the white smoke. You know that they're gonna have like some good smoke.
Selecting the new pope.
So they all come together. You're gonna tell me how many, but they all
Amen.
come together.
I prayed.
say amen?
That's simply.
And then they're gonna decide. And when they decide, they smoke the weed, and then there's like white smoke coming out from the Vatican saying like, "Hey, they got a new pope."
So the first step is death or resignation of the pope.
Yeah.
The process begins when the current pope dies or resigns. And then the second one is the interregnum sedevacente. This is a period when there is no pope. Daily operations of the church continues, but no major decisions are made. 3 is the conclave begins.
That's the conclave that I was talking
Yeah.
about. That's
So held in the Sistine Chapel in Vatican City, only cardinals under the age of 80 are eligible to vote.
under. You see?
Yeah. And I don't know how many cardinals there, but I guess in the Vatican City there are cardinals, I guess.
Yes, they are.
All cardinals are locked in until a new pope is elected. So voting process, that's the fourth step. It's done in secret by paper ballot.
You see?
Um,
Democracy.
Paper ballots are counted and burnt after each round. If no one receives the required two-thirds majority, black smoke rises from the chapel chimney. If a new pope is elected, white smoke
Smoke.
is seen.
Exactly, dude.
So two-third majority needs to be reached, right?
60%. Yeah. 60%. And the new pope
Yeah,
is rising.
makes sense.
There you go.
Acceptance and choosing a name. Once a cardinal receives enough vote, he's asked, "Do you accept your election
I do.
as supreme being?"
Does it say
Uh,
that? Like
no,
supreme being?
I
Come
just
on.
said
I'm like,
supreme.
fuck. I want that. Like, could you imagine do you want to be the supreme being on earth? Sure. I accept it.
It says supreme pontiff.
Pontiff, yeah. Which is kind of
Um,
the same.
and he then changes into papal garments prepared in advance.
Yeah.
Announcement: Habemus Papam.
Habemus Papam.
The cardinal protodeacon appears on the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica and
Yeah.
declares, Habemus Papam, we have a pope.
Yeah, we have a pope. That's what it means, yeah.
Um,
And then the pope come up, show the
and
blinks,
then
and everybody's screaming out.
and it's like, what's up, y'all? You know,
What's up, y'all? And then that's it. The masses like start to rise and they go fucking crazy.
2200. The pope is gonna be like that, like maybe 2100s. You know, like the Gen Z. You know,
Dude, who fucking knows? Like, to be honest, like if we check the last Trump election, you remember there was like this exact scene from
yeah,
what is it called? The movie, the Idiocracy, right? Where like they come
yeah.
up and they're like, "Yeah, what's up? Oh, hey, your new president." So they might do that, you know. Oh, nice. I'm gonna share that one. Thorgrim said they now elect the new chief pero either.
Wait, what?
I
Chief, what?
come
You
on,
hide
dude.
it?
Like, no, check it. Check what he said in the chat, all right? And I agree. That's the like to be honest, I'm not saying like every religion has not a problem, but this religion particularly has a real problem with like, you know, Pedro. Pedro Pascal. But yeah, dude, that's
Oh,
that's
I see.
that's the thing. And the problem is like you can find that like those scandals like everywhere and everybody knew about those scandals. Like there was another scandal like in France that I was talking about. Like not even the prime minister. I'm talking about like this huge guy which was represented around the world for helping poor people. And they just came out with an investigation where the Vatican archives had like a dossier on him and they knew about his sexual misbehaving toward women and kids back in 1950s. Like 70 years ago. So the Vatican's knew, dude. They knew about those weirdos already
So
back
they
then.
know and then they cover it
And
because
they
they
don't
don't
give a
want,
F. Exactly.
or if they do, that's going to be like huge, like it's going to be horrible. But that's the stupid thing. Like, just get rid of those people, you know, like
Exactly. You know,
expose
like
them.
the problem I have with all of that, and this is why, like, it's such a shitty, you know, religion for that is we're supposed to be this, like, Christianity is supposed to be this great religion, you know, where a lot of countries are based on in terms of Western countries, like in terms of political systems and how you see things, laws, and things like that. But they cannot like admit that something is wrong. You know, like you can say, oh, because like they do the same shit as when there's like shootings in the US, like, oh, they gave their prayers, and they're like, oh, we're for the victims. But then
Yeah.
they don't do anything. I don't know. Just come up with, I don't know, like a commission or a group of people that needs to rethink how, why is there that problem in the church? Just that. Not like,
Yeah.
our heart, for the victims. Like, who gives a shit? Just go, find something. Be like, okay, we're gonna do this thing. We're gonna think about why is there so many perverts, and then
Thor said they just moved them to a new country
exactly,
and church.
exactly. That's what they do, though. No, that's true. That's for real, dude. That's literally what they're doing. Like in different countries, like if it's not other countries, it's like other region of the same country.
Hmm.
They just do that. Like, why don't they come up with, okay,
Like put
we
them
need
in
to
jail or something.
no, not even that, but it's not even the question. Like, sure, put them in jail 100%, but like, why don't the religion and those offices, in the Vatican, are like, okay, let's try to do something all together and think about why we got all those problems going on. They don't want to act. They don't care. That's the problem. They're like, oh, praying for the victims, and then they move the motherfucker somewhere else. That's it. What? That's how you fucking deal with the problem? I don't know. That's not what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was so funny. Like, they kept him alive, dude, for 2 weeks just for him to die on Easter or something. Like, that's so crazy too. Like, he was supposed to die. Like, he was in the hospital for like months or so.
Hmm.
And he had like huge health problem. And then 2 days before, or like a week before Easter, he came back. He didn't do anything, and then
And he
there you
died
go.
on Easter?
And he died on Easter on Monday. Yeah,
Huh.
that's fucking crazy. But yeah, I don't know.
Nice.
Thor, do you have any questions about anything? Go
Anything.
ahead. Yeah. Gaziri, thanks
um
for the follow, by the way.
what was the other thing you were saying, Matt? You were besides the
Ace
Pope.
3 beside the
Oh,
Pope.
the no, H3.
Yeah, the cup contents. Yeah.
What, you watched it?
I watched it. Of course, I watched it. I
Yeah.
fell asleep.
So
Then I watched it
what do
again.
you think?
I think it's interesting because I think it's everything that I told you, but I don't know the way it is. I agree with you that Ethan is not gonna be convinced
Yeah, I think
by
he's
that stuff.
already like saying doing
Yeah,
stuff,
fuck
like
them.
trolling
Yeah,
them and stuff, right?
exactly. Fuck them.
But that's the thing. I think they should just ignore him because he's trying so hard right now to attack them, and he says shit about them. But then
And
when
that's
they
what I told
reply
you.
to it, then he actually gets views. Like, you watched it, I watched it, and like probably Ethan's content is gonna come to our For You page.
Sure.
Uh,
Like, I've seen, like, on YouTube, I've seen like videos of H3 podcast back then with iDubbbz. Like, he
yeah,
came and showed me like old videos they did like back in the days all together, which was great. Actually, I love those. Like, they were trashing, all their content creators online, so they were making good videos about it. I don't know, but for me, that's what I told you. Like, it became this gossip bullshit, like drama crap, where Hassan is doing the thing, and then Denise is doing her thing, and then iDubbbz is doing his things, and then Ethan on the other side. Because, like, think about that. iDubbbz come up, and he says, "Oh, this is what's going on, blah 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 blah." So everybody's gonna go to iDubbbz to check, his video. So everybody's watching his video, and then they're gonna check, what Hassan said, and then H3 Ethan is gonna talk about it again, and then everybody's gonna go to H3H3, the YouTube channel. They're gonna check the last videos and the last recording or the last podcast to check what's going on. So at the end of the day, yeah, nothing fucking changes. Anyway, that was a parenthesis. Sorry, guys. Like, we started talking about it a little bit earlier, but yeah.
yeah, that guy's so weird, dude. Ethan.
Which one?
Like, I've never really liked him anyway, so I don't even know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Like, he was, I think the only thing was like, okay, he's good at trolling those weird content creators that keep having somehow platforms, saying like bullshit stuff. And then he's
I mean,
like kind of like,
I
grilling
told you,
them.
like, I had a problem the moment where it came, when Jordan Peterson came to the
Oh
podcast and
yeah,
then
to
started to
his
explain his
show.
bullshit, right,
Mm.
in the podcast back then. Like, I was like, why are we bringing in that guy? He's so crazy, toxic, and they were like, that's so interesting what you're saying. They were doing the same as Joe Rogan at the end of the day. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
what's
kind of
going
like
on?
your threshold
Threshold,
threshold when it comes to like
threshold,
famous people.
threshold.
Like you kind of make good analysis of like, okay, this person is actually a shithead,
Yeah, it's
and
problematic because the moment
you
there's always a step. There's always something. It's the same with Elon Musk. We
yeah,
talked about Elon Musk, guys, so many times, but
like
I
you
had a
were early
problem with.
on that ship. That's like, no, Elon Musk is actually an asshole.
Yeah,
Like it
he's an
took me until
asshole.
COVID, for example. Like you
Yeah,
were, I think, on it maybe 3 years before COVID or something like.
2016, dude. I was following him, and then I saw those posts on Twitter
Yeah.
where he was like reposting Nazi edgy shit, And then at that
Mm.
moment, you're like, okay, this guy is weird. Is definitely not the coolest guy or the Iron Man that everybody was talking
Trying to
about,
save the world, kind of.
Yeah. Like they thought that his aginess, was like these cool factors from uh like the same as Iron Man where he says, yes, I'm Iron Man. But dude, that was pretty fucking racist. Like Iron Man came out, in front of the cameras, not saying like I hate, Muslims or I don't know what the fuck
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
saying, or other Jewish people or something like that. Like he did that. And then when you like go a little bit deeper in what he created or built, and you see him do shit. So he's a good marketer. That's it. Now he's taking too much ketamine. It's a marketer that takes too
yeah.
much ketamine, and usually that goes with it. When you work in advertisements,
What
there's
is
a little bit too
ketamine?
much. What do
Should
you
I
mean? What is
ask
ketamine?
God?
No, I can tell you, I'm God already.
Dear God,
Ketamine
what
is an
is
anesthetic for horse.
what?
No, that's true. That's true, dude.
Amen.
Amen. Dude, just add amen and thank you all the time. Did you see that? Did you see that it costs like ChatGPT and OpenAI like millions of dollars per day because people are saying thank you?
Anesthetic. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I told you.
Dissociative drug.
Yeah, because if you take too much, then you're
It's for
hallucinating,
depression,
and then you
PTSD,
sleep.
and other mental health conditions.
Yeah. No, this is not true though. Like this is what they're saying. Like there's not enough studies that prove that yet.
Yeah. I think
Oh,
it has been used because like back in the days, I think developed in like it says 1960s surgical anesthetics, and like back in those days maybe at some point they were like, okay, this is a sedative, so we can
yeah,
give sedative to
for
those people.
horses, dude, because it was so strong or something like that. But yeah. So if you take a low quantity of it, you're high. If you take a little bit too much, you're hallucinating. And if you take too much, you
You're
pass out,
dead.
basically. No, you pass out. And then, yeah, you
Hmm.
can die from overdosing. The fuck is going on? I have
Nice.
so many notifications. But yeah, dude, Musk is clever at getting into companies with great ideas as the money man, but it's the original founder that have the ideas. I feel sorry for the founders and those companies. Dude, totally agree with on that. Like 100%. Like is a good marketer. I think, when I'm saying good marketer, I'm not saying like is good at marketing in general, but I think yeah, he definitely provides this idea that oh, we should do that this like this way, and then people are like that's so cool. I want to do that. I think the whole problem with Musk is he just wants to be cool, and now I think he's trying too much to be cool, and that's the problem. But yeah, I blame like if I think if you check the Tesla founder, I think they not regret, but I think the guy is like fuck this shit, like I wanted to create like this cool roadster, electric roadster, and then that motherfucker like added sex to all these fucking cars, SEX, Model S, Model EX, all this bullshit. And I think he was like, fuck
And
this,
he couldn't get E. Do you know that story?
Why? Oh yeah, Model
So
E, yeah, because of
Tesla,
Ford. No?
because of
Ford, I think.
Honda E. Honda got it
Honda.
because Honda made an
Honda.
electronic car.
Okay.
And he
And
I
this is
think
the
left the
three.
E
And he did the
at
three.
the
This is
end.
why. Three
He
is
got
is
3,
the
yeah.
opposite, yeah. Sexy. But yeah, dude. I don't know.
But no, I
And
think
this
you have a good understanding of those type of people ahead. So if you say something like, "Oh, he's like he's an asshole," or he's bullshitting or whatever, I generally take your word and look into it.
I'm seeing through the bullshit, guys. That's the whole
Yeah.
idea, you know. But I don't know. It's weird. But to be honest, I'm not blaming those. I mean, I'm not saying like I'm not compassionate with those guys either. Thor. Like if you think about it, like they kind of knew. Like when you're selling your company, you know who you're selling the company to. Like you doing some research. Like I'm not even saying there's like private detective that go through what's going on, on the other side, because you can have leverage in order to negotiate better, but you
Hmm.
know what you're getting involved with. So those guys still got the money and they're pretty, but yeah, they knew about it, so they just get the money. It's capitalism. I think through the bullshit, but that's down to being old. Uh,
Matt is old. Matt is like what?
I'm old. I'm old.
50, 50,
50,
60s? He
69,
just
dude.
looks young.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know if it's a question
Guess
about.
his age, Thor. How old do you think Matt
My God, we should do we should do an online game, with that.
guess guess
Guess
Matt's
our
age.
age. That's the yeah. That should be the the description.
The title of
Guess our
the
age.
live.
34 ish.
34. Ooh, that's a compliment. That's a compliment.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I don't think that's a question about being old. I think it's a question about questioning. That's exactly what it is. Questioning things,
Mm.
Like when you got subjected to a topic or someone that
It's
comes
40, by
up
the way.
with
What?
comes saying like with something like they know about it, or they're just giving you the information and you just take the information, something is off behind it. Like it's so fucking crazy for me to see old dudes, because most of them are like 60 or 50, 60 years, and they're like, oh, I knew that the word said, oh shit.
63.
Yeah. um but when you see like 60 years old, they're like buying Tesla because they think it's revolutionary, because it's going to be electric and it's going to save the world, and Elon Musk is such a great guy for that. Just like, what are you talking about? Just take 2 seconds to see that guy is problematic. Like you can go online, you tap Elon Musk, and you see it's problematic. I'm not even going into details why, but you just see that there's problem there. Like
Actually, I have a question for you. What do
mhm.
you think about Altman?
It's problematic too.
Yeah. Is he getting there, or you're already like, no,
Oh,
like
you're
that dude?
61, Thor. You see, you're older than me. But there's a lot of people, from your age, I would say, that just see TV, watch TV, and the TV is like, yeah, they're doing those great thing, and then this guy it's a genius, and that's it. And they're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna buy his car, and that's it. After that, you see like, oh, actually, that's not
And
good
then
idea.
he like makes a salute, and everybody's like, shit.
Shit, like when I'm seeing those bumper stickers, nowadays you can add to your
Yeah, I
Tesla where
didn't
it
know.
says, "Oh, I bought it before I knew it was a dick" or some shit like that. You're like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Like
But I
you bought a
believe them.
car
I don't
last
think they
year. This
see
guy is
it.
problematic like for 10 years almost. Come on.
Yeah. Too
But yeah,
late. Oops.
too late.
And that's.
Oopsie
Did you
doopsie.
see that? There's some people sharing the locations of Tesla owners. Did you see that? Like, there's a website or
No,
something. Yeah,
no.
I'll send it to you. There's a website that's like they are, I guess, hackers or something sharing
They can
people's.
track the Teslas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, that is
That's so.
that is crazy. EVs are not the future, and I'm 61. Yeah, I don't know. I think like it's crazy for
Ultimate.
me.
Tell me
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Ultimate.
I'm gonna respond to
Okay,
Altman,
okay.
but first, just a parenthesis for the EVs. What is crazy is like in Europe right now, like the first type of car that is selling the most or hybrid.
Yeah,
Now
I have an hybrid.
in
I love hybrid.
20 no, but I know, but it's in 2025 that the hybrid is the type of car that is the most sold in Europe now. Like the
Yeah.
fucking hybrids exist since what
Yeah, a
25
long
to
time.
2005, all right? So
Yeah.
20 years ago, like it took 20 years to get to the point where the hybrid is the most common type of
Yeah.
cars sold. Like sure, electric cars, another 20 years. I
You
don't
know,
know.
I watched this video about the EVs, and they were saying, like, let's say that some kind of apocalyptic thing happened, and then all the electrical grid is like out,
Down, yeah.
like down. Yeah. What are you gonna do if you have an EV? Like, that's such a like uh, shitty situation that you
Dude,
can not.
the Chinese already came up with this,
What is
like
it?
the solution for it.
Like
So what
like
what the Chinese are doing right now,
what?
they're
Yeah.
not like they're making hybrid car, but on the opposite, meaning like the main driving component, the main
Is
drivetrain is
electric.
electric,
Huh.
but they got like a small engine that is fuel based, but it's a generator. So it's not like an engine to run the car. It's an engine that
Hmm.
creates electricity in order to add electricity to the
I see. So
electric
you don't need
motors.
to charge it, but you can put, or you can charge it. Is it like
You can
plug-in?
charge it. It's an electric car, but there's
Hmm.
like a backup engine
I
that
see.
is
Just in
just
case.
just in
Smart.
case. Yeah,
Yeah.
like electro. What is it called? Like okay, whatever. But you get it. I don't know.
I'll
I'll
never
never
stop
stop
using
using.
my Volkswagen. Wasn't Volkswagen like a Nazi something? What was its relationship with Nazis? I don't remember. There was something.
They made tank.
They made tank for
I
Nazis.
think so.
Volkswagen.
Yeah.
I remember something like that. Uh,
Yeah. I
no,
think that's the
Volkswagens are like super popular. I think at some point because they were like really, I guess, safe cars or something. Maybe like
I think they were
90s,
reliable, dude. That's it. Reliable.
reliable and yeah,
Yeah. It's
it's
the
the
people's
people's
car.
car.
Yeah. That's what that's what it means. Volkswagen.
Volkswagen, like
Wagen.
Volkswagen,
Volks.
Volks
Exactly.
car.
Wagen. Exactly. There you go. Good, dude. We're learning. Like we're
We're
learning.
learning so many things
Yeah.
every day.
So Altman.
Yeah, Altman. Like because he's like I think I always find it interesting, which is probably a facade, but it was non-profit at some point, and then they become for-profit with the company,
Hmm.
and but that for-profit had some limits
Yeah.
until paying back the investors or some shit like that,
Exactly.
and now it's like kind of the profits are used somewhat hybrid way that some goes to non-profit, some goes to I guess people,
Hmm.
but I still don't know how capitalistic, for-profit,
No, dude.
corrupt
Like Altman
the
just
open
decided
AI
that it's
is.
gonna be for profit. It's gonna be for profit. Now he said it. He decided that okay, it's gonna be for profit now.
Okay, then I'm canceling my subscription.
There you go. Or say thank you to ChatGPT all the time, guys. You know,
Why?
because I told you like earlier,
What
like every time you're saying thank you, it costs millions of dollars to open AI
costs?
in costs. Yeah,
Why?
electricity and running all of that, water, electricity, and utilities.
Uh,
Millions,
why?
millions.
Because it's like an extra word you added every time.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah, you add an extra word, ChatGPT needs to think about it and then respond to you. and then
Yeah.
that uses energy and then computing power.
Yeah.
Wow.
AI
Oh,
is evil.
interesting. Yeah, Thor said that. You were saying that's your god, dude, earlier.
Yeah.
Are we evil? Man, fuck. Are we evil? I don't know what you mean. Like AI
No, I
is
mean,
evil.
the only thing about AI that it's in a capitalistic system, I think it can become an evil. But I think the capitalistic system, when it's
Is
for
evil.
profit and neoliberalistic, capitalism, where it's just like, you know, just for the profits, like the company just uses the services and the product for profits. Yeah, then anything can be evil. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
You're
thinking.
frozen.
No, I'm not frozen.
Let it go.
You're
Let
frozen.
it go. All right.
Thor, Green, why do you think AI is evil? I'm really intrigued about that, especially if you're 60 something.
ChatGPT is killing creativity. Look at all the shit that's churned out on YouTube. I think that part is kind of gives me a like sizzles, like just makes me happy.
What do you mean? You
Because
like
it's
those type of
funny. It's
videos?
no, it's to me ironic because we always thought that AI is gonna cover labor, right?
Well, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
we always praised on art as like it's kind of like the superior, and artists always had this like self-righteous, like I'm like so special and I'm like expressing myself like no other person and blah blah blah, and it's not like that. And I can
Yeah,
do, and I can do what you're doing. It's like, and I always respected artists, don't get me wrong. I love art. I want to become an artist, and I think I'm very um I don't know, it's weird to me how art works in my mind. I see it different, I guess, but it's funny, ironic to me that AI covered that ground before
I
the
don't.
labor.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I agree with
That
that.
was
Like
ironic a little
it's
bit.
crazy. Yeah, for me, I agree with that. Like we were expecting that he's gonna like replace the accountant or some shit like that, and
Yes.
it came out straight
More
up to
crafts. Yeah.
yeah, to okay, you want to do advertising? There you go.
Yeah.
And it's insane, dude. Like when you watch TV nowadays, like so many commercials are made with AI. So many commercials. Like every day,
Really?
I'm seeing AI's
Hmm.
like commercials every day, and that's nuts. And you can still see it. Like my mother, she doesn't see shit, but I'm seeing it. I'm like, fuck, like I'm seeing an advertising nowadays for a swimming pool, company that is creating or whatever, putting swimming pool in the backyard, and they're showing like this grandpa playing with the kid, and then the grandma, sitting in the long chairs, and it's obviously fake, and that's crazy because it kind of look real but not real. And then you get like people like my mother, and she doesn't even notice it, and that's fucking nuts because I don't think that's good enough, but then
Oh,
it's gonna be
that's
better.
really cool. Did you read what Thor write? He has been writing Dungeons and Dragon Adventures. I loved that when I was a kid, but I've never really, had a group or been in a group. I think I kind of like, maybe I will one day. I don't know. I love that type of games.
You should, dude. I
They
told you
use
so many
AI
times.
to write them and
But like
and more.
interesting, like did you check different type of AI? Because it feels like AI is, it depends on which one. Some AI are going to be good to create images, some AI are going to be good to or do something else. I mean, also there's like this, I mean, think about it. It's the problem with our society. I feel like I'm 70, is people are lazy. Like if you ask Arda right now, I bet he's on ChatGPT asking some shit. Right now. Why? Instead of going to Google
But I have
or
dyslexia. That's the thing.
DuckDuckGo, but you can go
And I
on
have
another,
memory issues.
browser, and come on. And that's the thing. I
Yeah.
think it's the
I
easiness
also have
of it.
ADHD.
Come on. And
So it
autism,
is
because
it
you're
is
gonna go,
extra hard
you
than
gotta be deported with RFK.
if I am autistic. But
Um,
no, I mean, I do want to learn things, but sometimes if it takes too much time to figure something out for me and I get distracted, or like when it's like that I have a hard time to read, but like if it's a book, I would listen to it. But sometimes like I want to get like information really quickly. And yes, you're right. Like that's maybe a laziness. But
yeah.
I also it took you like 5 minutes. It took me like 20 minutes. So you know.
What do I mean? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know. I think it's, yeah, but that's also not just about the laziness, but it's also easy, for you, because you're like, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about like D&D adventure. Like, I think it's so easy that you go on Chat GPT or something like that. You go online and you're like, okay, give me this type of adventure, based on this, this, and this, and then it's gonna come up, and then you can answer the question, on the fly. Like, do you turn right? Yes, I'm turning right. All right. Roll the dice for me. And I know he's taking something out of it. And we never talked about D&D on, on our podcast, but I
Yeah,
think
we
we
should.
mentioned in our podcast so many times the fact that it is important to be authentic, and authenticity is something that we talked about so many times. And at one point, people don't agree with that type of things. You can see, I know sometimes it's just a trend, but people are going to be like, oh, you know I tried this, I tried that, and then at the end of the day you feel bland and something is missing, and then people go back to those root ideas, like, oh, D&D in person with some friends with the nice set of dices, perfect. It's definitely better as an experience than just asking an AI. You know, but AI can be useful. Like, I think we mentioned it so many times with Arda. Like, in terms of um, facilitating the easiness sometimes of not making decisions, but I think in tasks, resolvement. Like, for us, it's pretty difficult to go through different, I don't know. You need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do research for this, research of that, and then you need to put all things together. I think it's easier for AI to do those type of things. For creativity, 100%. But for product, what do you call it?
Like
Production,
organizing, productivity, stuff like that.
productivity. There you go.
Well, and
Productivity
we
for sure.
had those tools, to be honest, past 20, 25 years, but it was like very scattered. Like different companies had different type of softwares to do those tasks, but you need to pay them, right?
Yeah,
Now you just have one thing that you can just basically talk to it, give prompt to it, and then it does it for you.
yeah,
It's very convenient. Um, but again, I think that's my problem generally with the AI. That's like I don't trust the people who's like this is not governed by like it's not a public thing. It's not like even it's
yeah. Never.
government, like when it's someone powerful has the control on it. Like that's the problem that I have.
Yeah, it should be autonomous. Like, no, but that's true.
Yeah.
Like, for example, we talked about DeepSeek when it came out, being like, oh, this is the China, version of ChatGPT is better, blah blah blah. And then people asked the question about Tiananmen, Square, and then DeepSeek was like, you know, trying to avoid the subject, saying like, oh, I cannot talk about that type of thing. So
Hmm.
there's definitely involvement already from the Chinese government in that AI, all right? But it's the same with ChatGPT, like, it's so funny, like, when you ask questions about politics or overviews of the
Yeah,
world
I can't
like
really
a
help you
year
with that.
ago, and now, like, the tone different definitely changed,
Yeah.
like, it's definitely not like, they had like this, I think there was like review saying like most AIs were leftists, I think now it's
Yeah.
less than last year for sure. AI has no regulation. It's huge age.
What is your opinion on the IP situation with the AI?
What do you mean?
It kind of collects like how they train AI. They give it like text articles, and some of those are written by people. Like for example, deGrasse
Okay,
Tyson, he was
and
talking about it. Yeah,
I'm gonna go further than that because like
yeah,
nobody really talks about it online. But there was like those great documentaries that I saw in France back then, and I totally agree with you, Thor, with this idea of AI is evil. You need to understand that they're using training to train AI.
yeah.
You need to train those, so you need people to train AI. AI is not like this magical thing and then it trains itself. You need to feed content to AI,
Yeah.
right? But you also, in order to find morality in what AI can respond to you, you need to say what is right, what is wrong, what is interesting. So you need to come up with our vision as human, of what is morally right or wrong. Do you know how to do it?
How they train the AI?
Yeah, to be morally, you know, aware in some way.
Morally aware?
Yeah.
Like to
Like
understand
you go
what
to
right
AI,
and
you go to
wrong?
ChatGPT, yeah,
Yeah.
like you know that killing is not good, all right?
Yeah.
AI will tell you that it's not good, right? You can ask
Yeah.
people to do this or that. So how does
Well, I
AI
can
knows?
think of two ways. One is maybe feeding specific content, context, this written things about that particular thing, aligning with human understanding of it,
Mhm.
or they might be putting restrictions, like specific codes. So AI won't like kind of like stop there, kind of, and then
Yeah, no, that's not how they do it. And that's the fucked up part because you can imagine like most of the time AI, how does it work? Like you just give the AI, software, all the books online ever
yeah.
created, and they can try to get an assessment about what is right, what is
Hmm.
wrong. But no, the easy way to do it is to train AI. And how do you train AI? We talked about captcha. You remember when you're going online and you do your captcha puzzle where they're asking like, oh, where's the
Yeah.
light or the bike, all right?
Yeah.
So this is training AI. So you do the same for morality at the same time. And how they do it is fucking crazy, dude. They outsource that to countries that most of the time are in Africa, middle of Africa. So they pay people in Africa to watch shitty murderous content of people getting raped, getting killed, and all that for then say, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong. So you get thousands of people right now
So
in
they are kind
Africa.
of training it by uh, choosing people to react to fucked up shit and
Yeah,
then say this is wrong, this is right.
exactly. And people have fucking
But
traumas,
why
because they're
specifically Africa?
because it's cheap labor,
Okay.
because it's labor. I'm not
Uh
saying right. I'm just saying
You always
it's
do
labor.
this and
Yeah,
then
I'm
just
saying like yeah
understand
first, and then that
one,
motherfucker say
the
yes, great.
one.
Okay, first it's the labor is pretty cheap. Also, there's less regulation, so you can show them content that would be prescribed in other countries, in Western countries especially.
Hmm.
It's fucking crazy. Like the documentary was talking about that, and how
I mean, they
people
can
watching and
technically
doing
do
that,
it with
working that, are crazy.
inmates and criminals,
Yeah, dude.
like murder
Yeah,
convicts,
but then they're gonna be like, yeah, this is
rapists,
good. This is good. I like it. Oh,
or
I'm seeing this
exposing
child
to
getting like,
exposing to that much fucked up shit made make them like, no, this is fucked up.
I don't know if a
Since they are
sociopath
not
that
doing
is,
it,
dude. I don't think like a sociopath that is a pedophile,
I'm
is gonna
curious. I
watch,
think I
is gonna watch a video of a child being molested, and getting raped, and he's gonna be like, that's
how
morally
are they
wrong.
finding how AI open AI finding those videos? Like, so they need to find those videos and send it to African
Yeah,
people who wants to do it.
that want to do it
Where,
themselves.
like dark web or some shit like that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Really?
No,
Like
dude, that's true.
OpenAI?
Yeah, I'm
What
not
the
kidding. For
fuck?
real.
I still
I'll
don't think
send
that's
you.
the AI is the evil. Make the people who's making it is the evil. I think
But
still.
that's exactly. I agree with you. But this is why AI is evil in that sense because the way it is programmed is fucked up. You know. And
All
yeah,
right.
AI can steal
No,
all the
I'll be
IP
back
it
in two
wants,
seconds.
and you have no legal consequences, dude. I 100% agree with you. Like,
I'll be
I
back.
think. Okay, be back. I think the problem, uh, the problem there was like at the beginning of those oh Gandalf, what's up? The problem there was when they started to create like new content based on the Simpson and stuff like that. People were like, "Oh, that's not cool because it's stealing the jobs of those real creatives." And then nothing happened. Nobody gives a shit, and that's the fucked up part. I totally agree with you in terms of IP creativity. It's nuts. Like you've seen that like in the past few weeks for Studio Ghibli and also what was it? The starter pack and things like that. Like it was crazy to see people doing it like not even thinking twice. Like I have one of my best friends, he did it. Like he sent me a picture of me and him made with this idea of Studio Ghibli. And I'm like, dude, do you know like the creator of Studio Ghibli is against AI? Like he been against AI like for 10 years. Like he said it's wrong, like it's the death of humanity. And he was like, I have no fucking clue. And I don't think he even watched a movie of Studio Ghibli. So he just followed a stupid trend. And this was stolen. And that's fucking crazy. But you see laziness, coolness, cool factors, they just using that. And that's insane. Insane. What up, Gandalf? What are you doing? Where are you? Did you buy the island, by the way? Arda just went out to pee. He's gonna come back, guys. Oh, the genetic engineering they made woolly mice. That's a good subject too. I think it's interesting because we're gonna have actual fur soon. I don't know if I say yes or no. Depends on you guys. But yeah, this is also problematic because the way they're selling it, it's the same idea. It's always the cool factor. We talked about it with Thor earlier. It's like, oh, they want to be cool. You know that they came up with this uh, wolf thing, all right? Uh, like they did the mice with the beautiful long hair, try to replicate the woolly mammoth. But then they also came up with this old type of wolf, but it's not really the exact same type of wolf. Like we created a new species basically based on two different species. But they're like, yeah, we're gonna bring back the mammoth, we're gonna bring back the dinosaurs, and you're like, is it a good idea? Is it really? Don't you think like things should stay dead? And if we bring those things back and it's not the same thing, it's gonna be problematic. I don't know. Jurassic Park. Yeah, the dire. Yeah, exactly. Dire wolves. Yeah, they kind of look like the dire wolves, but they are not dire wolves. They're just like wolf with some genetics editing, that kind of looks like dire wolves. So they are not dire wolves, and that's fucked up. And I think like it's so interesting because that's literally the premise, as you're saying, Gandalf, about Jurassic Park, is like you getting DNA extract from something, but then you cannot recreate it completely. So you need to match it and mix it with something that already exists. And if that thing exists, it's not the same as back in the day. So you're creating a new species at that point. Hey, hello, Captain A3. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Are you a real captain? But yeah, all those are. I mean, it's really interesting, guys. Like in terms of, we talked about it in some other lives and in our podcast is it's such an interesting time that we're living in. There's so many fucked up things for so many reasons, but those are really interesting. Like it feels like 15 years ago, you know, the world was going straight into whatever it was, and now like there's so many things coming up, and there's new drama and new things and new war, and then new, like I think we're really into a new turning point. I think the last time was like the beginning of internet in the 90s, and now there's like this AI era and all those tech, companies that try to revolutionize everything, but nothing changes. A3110 is Airbus, is it right? Airbus 310. Maybe. There you go. This is why I was asking you if you were a pilot. But yeah, dude. A310. Like I agree, Gandalf, but not really. I agree, but I think a lot of like everything changes all the time. I agree, and but they always kind of stay the same because of different, politics and the way people perceive life in general. But I think we're at a turning point now, where there's so many changes at the same time that I think the world that as we seeing it now is going to be different, like in 15 years, completely different in terms of powers, in terms of relationship between humans, and every system, maybe, like whatever, the environment, and also war powers in between big countries and all that. So I think there's something changing.
Oh,
Okay,
Gandalf is here.
Gandalf is here, dude. Uh,
Hi, Gandalf. How are you
A310
doing?
Captain. Well, I'm quite in a dilemma. My parents are divorced, and I've been living with my mom full time and my stepdad. Okay, is it possible to be able to stay with my stepdad? What do you mean? Like you don't want to live with your mom? You just want like them to separate and just live with your stepdad? I'm not a lawyer, but
Wait, I just need to read these so much.
dude, we went through the woolly mammoth to oh, he's divorcing. Sorry, I didn't see. My mom is divorcing my stepdad. To be honest,
How old
ask
are you?
ChatGPT. Thor's gonna be like, "Fuck."
Yeah, that's Thor is like, are you over 18? That's what I was
Exactly,
wondering
I was
too.
going to
Like,
say
you
that
can do
too. I'm
whatever
like,
the fuck you
if
want
you're
if
an
you're over
adult,
18.
you can make your own choice. 14.
Okay, that's a little tricky.
That's tricky. That's tricky. That's tricky. To be honest, you might, but that means you should be in the same room when they decide on the divorce. You divorced, Arda. How this happened? It's just like paperwork or something? Just paperwork. Or do you go in like in front of a judge or plead something?
Me?
Yeah.
I was not involved at all.
Like you just receive the paper and that's it, you're done.
Oh, me personally, I thought you were talking about my
I'm
parents.
talking about you, like gosh.
No, you don't need to go to judge. You just go to you just file forms and then give it to the department. I think we went somewhere in downtown. It's like a court you go,
Hmm.
but there's
Yeah.
kind of like a separate place. Like you don't go to the court, but you just, divorce section, whatever. You just give your request and
Hmm.
the forms, and then you got divorced.
You know what? I think A310 Captain. Uh, you say my mom can use the argument that she's my biological mom. All right. Uh, Birul notarial. What? Uh, you can make your argument why you don't want to be with your mom. Or why you want to be, sorry, with your stepfather. That's what it is. Yeah, I think it depends. Definitely on the country you're from, but
Romania. Hmm.
no clue.
I think if there is nothing like abuse related, um, then it might be hard to.
I mean, dude, when you're divorcing, and there's a child involved, there's always going to be someone looking for what's going on, and you.
But even though if it's your stepdad, can
I
the
mean,
court decide that?
if he's financially sound, uh, and there's like so many things that take in consideration. What the judge usually wants the kid to be raised correctly in the safe environment. So you know,
I mean, I guess they can adopt you.
yeah, I think it's no. I don't think it's just that. But I think at the end of the day, a judge needs to make the decision. You can plead for yourself, saying like why, you know, uh, that sucks. Really
Yeah, but
possessive,
I don't think that might be a
I don't
case in
know.
front of the law.
I know, but it depends. Financially, if the guy is sound, and like if she needs to move or something like that,
Hmm.
or you'll need to suck it up for a while. I know that
Well, you
sucks.
have 4 more years to plan. The moment you hit 18, you can just
Yeah,
plan. How am I
to
gonna
get the
get
fuck
out?
out. Yeah,
Yeah, you have
but
4 years to plan it.
first of all, what I would suggest, because that's not our role, we don't know the law, as Thor, is saying, like what you should do is, you should tell that to your stepdad, and he should talk to a lawyer. To be honest,
You can also go to therapy and tell it to your therapist.
the therapist is not going to help you for that. So, but yeah, I mean, always the same thing. Talk to the people involved, and then go ask for a lawyer. Like your stepfather, ask, say, hey, if you guys divorce, I would prefer to be with you. Is it possible? Maybe you will say, I don't give a shit, and then that's really difficult to admit, but maybe sometimes it's going to be like that. Maybe he wants to change something. Uh, well, and that's why, maybe he's a better position financially. So, at the end of the day, the judge is going to decide on it, but talk to him, and he can talk to a lawyer, and that's it.
you
After
should
that,
you
you'll
should
see.
write a disclaimer underneath. We're not professionals in
Yeah,
this,
we're
so
not.
it's
We're not
not
like,
making any
yeah,
recommendations to a
no,
14-year-old.
no. But the only thing is always the same thing for everything. Always
It's an opinion
communication.
piece.
Yeah, it's an opinion, but it's communication. All right. If we can say something, communicate it. All right. I know it sucks. I know things are
Dude,
not
my
always the
mother
right
was
thing.
maybe not like your mother, but I haven't used public transportation until I'm like 18. Like
Why?
she was because she was like
Scared?
scared that something's gonna happen. Like she was either like, go in a taxi, we'll pay, whatever, or I will drop you and blah blah blah. She was checking my find my iPhone thing. Like I don't remember how that happened, but
Like
like
your ex?
where am I going? You know?
That's
So I
insane.
guess she was a little controlling, but it was more like scared that when, especially when I go
Yeah,
out, like
yeah.
when we are in the
It's more
house, maybe that's
personal.
fine.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But at the end of the day, just communicate that with both parties, your mom and your stepdad, and then ask your stepdad, and if he needs to do something, he'll talk to someone that is more competent than us
yeah,
to see, if how can things can be resolved for you.
I mean,
At the end of the
mothers
day,
can be like that. Of course, she's gonna try to protect you. I mean, but
yeah,
just go out anyways.
exactly.
Do your thing.
No,
Or she's controlling. Yeah,
controlling
I mean,
and
if
not protecting.
especially in the house, like my mother never told me like what to do, like for my personal things. Like if I, want to do something, go something, choose something, whatever. Like she didn't really.
Thor, what did you say? At 18, if
That
I was
I'm
staying out of
alive.
the weekend,
Yeah, that's what I was doing too. It was like I'm alive. Don't worry.
dude, I'm still doing that. like,
He's
like if
he's
I don't talk,
40 and he's still doing it.
there you
So,
go.
Captain
Talk
and
about like controlling parents.
A310 Captain. See, he's a
310, dude.
captain too, like you.
I told you. I told you.
Where did Gandalf go? Disappeared. Our, you know, most profound follower, oldest and most loyal.
Emotional blackmail.
Oh, they do it. You just need to ignore it. You just need to be like, okay, okay, yeah.
I think to follow through what Arda said, you should definitely take an appointment with a therapist right now. It's gonna be easier for you, that just waking up in in your 30s, be like, fuck.
Did you did you read what
And in the
Gandalf
middle
said?
of it, Gandalf is like, give me a second, my sushi
Yeah,
boat
that's
has
what.
arrived. What the fuck? Thank you guys. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah. I mean,
Really?
parents are like that. Parents
Yeah.
are like that. I mean, I kind of like, especially, uh, when you're really close with your kids and blah blah blah. Like in US, for example, I think after 18, they don't give a shit. Like they're like, you are an
The kids?
individual now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just
Yeah,
get the fuck
generally
out.
they're like,
Yeah,
my in
they're like that.
Turkey, in Europe, in Romania, probably they are like on top of you all the time, even though you get old. Uh,
Yeah. And that's the thing. What I can tell you, Captain, is you don't have to revolt. You don't have to go crazy, to prove or anything. You don't have to prove anything. Like most of the times, people and parents, as Thor's saying, they look at you in a way, their way. It's their problem inside of them. So it's not being aggressive or fighting that you're gonna resolve the issue. Always communication.
yeah, be true to yourself, and if you want to, get those, have those conversations with your stepdad. I mean, be around him too. Talk with him. Even, you know, like she's talking it all away. You just need to, continue what you believe, your own truth.
Then just reinforce that. Say, okay, he knows. Tell him that you would love to stay with him. If they separate. That's it. And how? What can he do?
And right now, if they're in the process of divorce, there might be a little bit of a tension between them. Uh, people tend to get a little bit more aggressive, especially when they're
Yeah, in that.
separating. Even though a breakup can be really frustrating for both sides. Like Matt can tell you more about.
What? What? I wasn't listening. I was like going to ask Thor, if he's if
No, I
he's
was saying like
divorced
it
too.
can be breakups can be hard, and people can say bad things to each other,
Oh my
and can be
god.
really tense with each other. And
Yeah, I agree with Thor. Totally.
that's also might work.
I don't.
I mean, at least put it out there, like at least because like it took me sometimes. My mother was a little bit obsessive too, and it's just she was like stick with what she's thinking and how she should do things. Uh, but you need to repeat it. You need to repeat it. Hold your ground. Don't get angry.
Yeah.
I think they need to see you as an independent, like
Minded adult
person. Yeah,
almost. Yeah.
yeah,
And I know that sucks because you're going through so many things. I bet,
yeah.
through school and all that. So, yeah, it's
Oh,
adding up to that.
she's forcing me to accept her as my Lord and Savior. Hmm.
There is only one God. Elon Musk. Talk to her again and again. Yes, exactly. And as I told you, talk to your stepdad about like the situation that if they separate, while breaking up and going through the divorce, how can you be able to stay with him? You know?
Yeah, but don't reference your stepdad when you're talking with her. That might
No,
trigger
never.
her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That might
Don't do that.
trigger her because, like, think about it. Like when I was in a relationship, like I was married, so like I had one friend that I was really close with, and my wife was also good. I'm talking about,
Well, not me. All right.
and my wife was really close friends with her, and I'm really good friends with her. So there was points that she was talking about, like her, like she was talking with her, my friend, and my friend was telling her something about me, and it was kind of like upsetting to me. Like it's just, why are they talking behind my back? Kind of a situation. So I don't know. Your mother might get triggered because you guys are talking behind her back, kind of thing.
Yeah, you need to understand something. It's
Flying
it's so
spaghetti.
crazy to think that way, and I know maybe it's I don't know. It's dumb, but at the end of the day, you're human. Your mom is human. She having those emotions, and if she's screaming at you or she's getting nervous and she's getting crazy when you're talking to this point, you need to understand from your point of view that she's going through something herself too. And I know it's not your job, and you're still a kid, in that sense, but you need to understand that and respect that, you know. So the only thing is you cannot do a lot right now. You'll not change her. You'll not change her way of thinking. The only thing is try to protect yourself. You know, not be aggressive. And if you really decide to, you know, go with your stepdad, talk to your stepdad about it, so we can try to find solution. That's it. That's the only thing you can do. And I know,
When
like,
when she's doing those things, like whatever is upsetting to you that your mother is doing, what do you do? Do you like say something back to her, like kind of like argue or fight back with her, or what do you do?
dude, I haven't smoked it for 4 months. Fucking shit. I feel
I
great.
say something back. Maybe just don't. Like that can be really, and do your own thing, I guess. But maybe don't even reply. Just like that can be a weird thing towards, like, effect towards other people. You can just like shut the fuck up and just like just look them in the eye and was like, okay, yeah,
Plead
and
the
don't
fifth.
say anything. Like, okay, like take it, but you don't need to accept it as a truth. Like it's just like, you know.
I mean, the problem is, as I
But
told
you
you,
need to
I
also
don't think.
talk with her too. But don't
Yeah,
fighting is doesn't really,
yeah, yeah. I know, but the problem, like, she still have powers over you, and you cannot do anything about it
Yeah,
yet.
to a degree,
So yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah,
and that
you need to
sucks.
live with
And that's
that
what I
for a
told you. The
while.
only thing you can do is try to see with your stepdad and try to find solution for
Yeah.
afterward. You know.
But all I can tell you, like, and I think this is like this everybody can confirm here that everything is gonna be okay. Like you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine. This is a process that we all go differently our own way in our own family. Family can drive you crazy,
Yeah.
but you're gonna be okay. Like don't worry about it. Don't put too much stress onto yourself. Like
Yeah. What
doesn't
about you,
really.
Thor? Like, do you are you divorced or are you separated? Still together? Or what about your kids? Because you're still arguing with your kids, as you said earlier, no?
And
Something
while
like
we're
that.
doing this, I am curious if Gandalf is enjoying his sushi boat.
Gandalf is yeah, he's eating the
He's
sushi. He
like,
didn't check
nom
the
nom nom.
spaghetti monsters as only Lord and Savior, but
That was
yeah,
Thor. That was Thor. I
yeah, I
love that
know, but
comment.
that's what I'm saying. Like Gandalf would have reacted to that. What did she tell you?
What did she tell you?
You
Happily
see,
divorced.
hey,
Me too. I'm happily divorced for like less than a year, I guess. A year.
I mean, dude, there's happily divorced and there's like by divorce. So if you're happily divorced and you're happy, that's what matters at the end of the
Like
day.
marriage can be tricky. And then I think everybody should try it once. To see.
I'm
No,
I'm never
just
been
kidding.
married.
No, just kidding. You should try it. It's
I
pretty
should
good
try
for your
it.
health.
Yeah, for my health. Yeah, you see my health,
Yeah.
dude. Uh, I'm fine with who I am, and I have bad behavior. I'm fine with it. Yeah, I know that sucks, but people are like, you need to understand something. Your mom is never gonna change, and maybe, but that's taking some time. Like, I still fight with my mom. I still have the same issue with my mom, and I've been with my mom through many bullshit that she had in her life, and I can tell you that she's never gonna change. Like, so many bad shit happened to her, and everything could have been a lesson for her to move to something greater. She never did, and I'm fine. Like, you need to accept it. I know it sucks, but you need to accept it. No,
Violence
don't
is
don't
not a
do that.
solution.
Yeah,
Well, think about it this way. She might be fine with who she is and then okay with her bad behavior. Might be just saying it to win the argument. That might not be exactly true.
yeah.
But she also needs to respect you at some point. Believe me, that she's slowly going to recognize that. The older you get, the more she needs to respect your boundaries and respect you as a human being. And you're going to get that power when
At one
you're in
point,
4 years,
sure.
right? At least.
Yeah,
um, but you need to find ways to work around her behaviors. You might need to observe what triggers her, what are the things, and then you can maybe
adapt.
tweak your actions
Yeah,
to, you know, not get a reaction from her, the reaction that really triggers you too, really upsets you too. Because again, I'm gonna go back to, like, you shouldn't stress yourself too much too.
yeah.
Like, I don't know what are the specifics or the
But at one
arguments, but
point, like, I think Thor said it pretty well. Like, he had a disagreement with his kids. They talked them out, and then
they live their own lives.
they live their own life. So at one point, she will not have the choice that to accept that, because it's gonna be your turn too. So yeah, just don't suck it up too much, as we're saying. But yeah, try to be the person here that is the bigger person. And I know it sucks sometimes to have, like,
And you know what? You're
someone that is
gonna.
elder, and but that's how it is.
You taught me that I don't need to accept. Those are good things.
Exactly. Those are, yeah.
And to be honest, you're gonna come across people like that maybe in your life. So maybe if you will, listen your stepdad, practice on those moments, grow on those moments, maybe you will be good at dealing with people like that. It can be really useful in your life in general. It took me some time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, I work in the service industry. There are so many entitled people, and there are so many people like, oh, I'm gonna treat you like shit. And then you need to, be calm in front of them. You shouldn't lose your shit, and uh try to see it from their point of view. Remind yourself that they have values too. And then you try to be truthful, and you will slowly develop some ways of talking, you know.
Like, you need to have compassion for sure, but you need to understand that you might be, someone that is more intelligent than what the situation is bringing you. Because, like, sure, like right now you don't have the power to do anything, but as we said, in a couple of years you will have the power. But I'm already like super proud, like, for you to understand the situation, being able to put
Yeah.
words on it, and I think this understanding is something that a lot of kids don't have. So it's great. Just keep that, reinforce what your stepdad said. Ask your stepdad for help, and then, at the
Or
moment you will
talk.
take
Yeah.
control, over it,
Like, you should do like jujitsu, like use the power
of your
against,
mind.
judo, not jujitsu, judo, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I need to pee. I'm leaving you to it, all right, for a moment.
Okay.
I'll be back, guys.
I'm still curious about where Gandalf is. Gandalf, are you there? Eating your sushi boat. Yeah, it must be sucked, dude. Like even my relation, I live with my mother most like since I'm 6 years old. They got divorced. My father was around, but I live with my mother. She wasn't as controlling as your mother, I guess. Like it's probably different, but like I kind of understand the power, the feeling of like you don't have much power in certain situations when you're, especially when you're 14. That's an age that you want to do a lot of things. So kind of get it. It's just sucks. Yeah, Gandalf, he was kind of like asking that too, but I don't know the legal process. Like, I guess he needs to make a search on that. But um, he's from Romania, so the laws might be a little bit different there. But there might be a way to give the parental control to your stepdad. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, probably my mother was overprotective. Like she wasn't as controlling, but kind of like probably Matt would engage more on that powerlessness, that feeling with her mother. But yeah, it's my case is a little bit different than yours. But still, don't spit or hit or like don't do violence, dude. It's just like, you know, it's she's a person that she's probably I don't know what happened to her too, right? Every person who is acting in a certain way probably experienced something. I don't know how her parents were. Like I don't know how they treated her. Like maybe I don't know what her traumas were. So probably she had some things that caused her to create that type of behavior. That need of control. Um, yeah, go on. You back?
I'm back, baby.
Nice. Gandalf is back from eating his ship. He's in the convo.
What he says, we don't know shit. Yeah, exactly. Get your mom here, all right? Shit. Great.
That would be so funny, dude. Like, imagine
I think that's what's
family
missing, to
dispute.
Twitch. I think I think TikTok is really great for that. Like you
Like
can
to
bring
invite people
people
to
up.
talk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
so
wish they
great.
would have it here too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like just the voice. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't
just
have
the
to be a
voice.
full setup on like
Yeah,
cameras
I
and
agree. I agree. I agree.
you
What
can do lives on TikTok if you don't have like 1,000 followers or something like that, right?
I don't know. I can with my
You
account.
can. Hmm. She
How?
doesn't
I don't
speak
know.
English. Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, what do you want to do in life? A310 captain. Do you want to be a pilot? I can give you advice.
Never use TikTok. It's better than Instagram. And it's
Are you gonna go to Vershets in Serbia to learn piloting? Vershets. No. Well, I know, but oh, Bucharest, right? Because there's this school, next to Romania in Serbia. I know, I've been there. That's why. So you know what?
You know your
Uh,
Baltic. Uh,
Baltic is not
no,
Baltic.
not Baltic. Balkan. Maybe
Balkan.
Balkans. Yeah.
Yeah, Balkan. Um, but if you want to be a pilot, focus on that already. I know that sounds stupid, but Thor, I've started using WhatsApp for the first time Monday. You know what? I got out of WhatsApp already.
Yeah, I deleted my Instagram and Facebook too.
Yeah,
Fuck Meta.
yeah, exactly.
But I
Uh,
still keep my WhatsApp because my family like
yeah, that's crazy
internationally it's
though.
a tool that I'm trying to switch them to FaceTime, but it still.
I'm gonna give you my sister A310. She's a pilot actually,
And your father
and
was.
my father was a pilot. Yeah, yeah. Yankee Romeo Lima Charlie Alpha. But yeah. So focus on that. I don't know. Do you have like a flight simulator or something? I know that sucks, I'm saying that, but like one of the things you can do for your mental health is focus. I mean, move your focus to something else.
That you're
If you want to be a
passionate about.
pilot, exactly. If it's your passion, and you want to start like taking flight lesson and things like that, but you can't right now, or you'll do a couple of years, just start, on simulators. Try to understand how it goes, go on YouTube and things like that. So, you know, focus on that. Your mom is treating you badly, just go to your computer or phone or whatever you want to use and, you know, work on that.
How about your dad? When did they divorce? Like,
Hmm?
do you even? No, no. I was talking about the
Mm.
captain.
Oh, I know how to fly an airliner at 14. Well, good. you know, keep practicing. Keep practicing. Like I think you can find some real school books from the ATPL. I think that's what it's called. Uh, and try to understand what it means. Just do that. Like every time your mom is treating you shitty, just open the book or go to the simulator and fly.
Also,
You know.
Matt, I probably need to leave like 20 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
FYI.
Yeah.
Depending on Gandalf, if you get into the conversation and make it like,
Like crazy.
and then I may not able to leave.
Yeah. Wait. I need to change that. Okay. Dub, dub, dub. Fuck. Then learn another one. There you go. Work on the A320, and then go to the A350, and maybe that'll you be useful in 15 years when you'll come out, from school, flying school. You know, back when what is that? Mm. Oh, the Beechcraft.
We have 5 people watching us, dude. That's crazy.
What do you mean that's crazy?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's so weird. I think it's also like I sometimes think about like why what is the algorithm, right? We're doing, like podcast, different clips, blah 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 for like what 2 years. And I mean, we're doing it because we like it. We have
Yeah.
fun. We just talk, blah blah blah. Don't really give a shit about the views or follows or whatever. But I don't know. Is it because you're in France? I'm in LA. Is it because like something messes up with like if you
The
would be in LA,
algorithm.
for example, and we both be doing it here, like would it affect anything?
I don't know. We'll try, but I don't think so. I think it's not as relevant as that. For
Hmm.
I don't think it's using our IP address
Because
anyway.
when we do, like even when we were doing clips, like at the end of the day, we're sharing the clips from US on Instagram and
Yeah.
TikTok.
Go to bed. You know.
But the podcasts on YouTube, for example, you share it from France.
No. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Good night, A310
Good
Captain.
night, Captain.
Good luck with
Be,
that. Talk with your
Zen.
stepdad. Try to be good, to your mom. Don't, respond. And
Goodbye.
then
And
you'll be
don't
good.
forget to like and subscribe. Follow us. And
Yeah.
then, we can talk more. We can talk more next time.
Yeah.
And we'll see. You know,
We're doing free consultation now.
we are kind of like your stepdads now.
Or your therapist.
Therapist. Yeah.
Yeah. And Gendal say, please make sure to follow first. I don't want more kids.
Well, Matt and you are on the same page on that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am a little iffy, but I don't know. It's like such a.
Like,
I
don't you
just
guys
can't
think,
wrap
wait,
my
wait,
head around.
don't you think, guys, Arda would be a great father? Just through the conversation that we had right now, do you think he would be a great father?
They're gonna be like, no,
Or he's
no,
gonna mess
no.
up and they're gonna be like straight to therapy again?
I think there would be two concerns of mine. One is to sustain the marriage, which might be this like important thing for kids' development, kind of a thing. Like the marriage should be there too, the partners should be there or whatever, which is not necessarily true. But and the second thing is, which my general fear is like financial, like 18, 20 years of like financially, you need to be in a secure, safe place to have a kid, to grow a kid, do payments and shit like that. It's just like in this economy, I'm like taking care of
In this
just my by
economy.
myself.
That's such a millennial. That thing. That's the millennial phrase.
It's the
In this
truth.
economy.
It's the truth.
I know that's true, dude, but it's crazy though. What do you mean, $1,500 a year per kid, dude? In the U.S., it's like per month.
What age also are
Yeah,
we talking?
yeah. Like I think,
We don't have
like
health care here. We don't
yeah,
have
one
education
year
system
old.
public
Yeah.
to raise
To
it.
raise it? No, like in the
Let's
U.S.,
ask
there's no
ChatGPT.
fucking way. Like it's, I think you would say like for every 2 weeks. I think that's the cost for a kid in the U.S.
How much?
I would say like twice that a month
I would say like 10K.
per month.
No, a year. Like 10,
No, I
12K.
would say, dude, I would say 2 to 3 thousand per month. I would say
Two to three
easy.
thousand per
I think it's
month.
20
Yeah,
grand
yeah.
per year,
Okay,
25.
yeah. You know what? You win. I'll go with that. Could be. Yeah,
Ask
yeah.
ChatGPT, motherfucker. Oh, just fit it? Yeah, but
But that's not like there are so many other things I need
yeah,
to do. It's just
there's so
not
many
fit.
other,
Just keep
yeah,
it alive.
yeah. Just keep it alive. Just give the tits, the mother tits, and that's it. The kid, like, it's free at that point. No education, just fit it, dude. Like, let's bring the dire, not the dire wolves, but the dire, moms or something like that, to take care of our kids. But I think, dude, like it's so expensive nowadays. Like we were talking about, like I'm still talking like almost every day about how the US is fucking crazy expensive. Like it's fucking nuts. How things went.
So let me see. Wait, it's generating, and
Generating.
the numbers are not good.
Really?
So basic care,
Uh
public
huh.
school, minimum child care, 20 to 25 yearly estimate.
Yeah.
Moderate lifestyle, daycare extras, 30 to 45, or high end like private school extra 60 plus. Um,
I think it's about right, dude. That's what I
yeah.
told you. It's fucking crazy, dude.
And I rode in Los Angeles. So,
Yeah,
you know,
of course. I don't know. I
like
think it's
food
going to crash,
groceries,
dude.
it says like 4 to 6 thousand, right?
Per year?
Yeah. Clothing supplies is like 2K year. Like
2K. That's a lot.
2,500. Um,
That's a lot.
but it says 1,200 to 2,400, so it's kind of like the range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's transportation, activities, education, health insurance, all of those things.
Cancel my immigration to the US for the next 4 years. What do you mean? Like the US canceled your immigration status to go to the US, or you decide not to go to the US for the next 4 years? Because for my part, I need to go to the US to my friend. Oh, did you cut the mic? The mic doesn't work.
All right, I'll be back in a second.
Okay. Oh yeah, you decided not to go. Yeah. I mean, for my part, that sucks, but I kind of want to go and see Arda. And to be honest, I'm scared from all the things that uh, people are saying nowadays. Is fucking crazy. And I've been like checked a couple of times, like going to the states, like to the back room, and then they check, what your status, why you here, why, all those questions that are completely insane for no fucking reason, and you wait 2 hours for no reason, and they're like, sometimes they take people and be like, okay, get the fuck out. Sometimes like me, they're like, okay, but like I know that in this administration and now it's going, I'm scared to go there just to see my friend, and it's fucking crazy. And Gandalf is on the same page too. Exactly. Yeah. Like the thing is, I lived in the U.S. for a couple of years, and they see that every single time that I'm going there. And I lived across the planet, in the Pacific for a couple of years, and I have to do a stopover in the U.S. And every single time they're asking me the same question about like, why are you here? How long are you gonna stay? You had a visa. What did you do? And I'm not like even staying sometimes in the U.S. and they're asking me those questions all the fucking times. And sometimes they're fucking dicks too. But anyway, yeah, it's like the news. I know it might not be completely true for everything. Like you see a couple of news, like if you think about it, there's like thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of people, traveling to the US every day. So obviously, no, not everybody is getting deported or, being locked down. But it's still scary. Go and pee, my child. And Gandalf is like super happy not to go to the US too. What I mean to the West? I want to know, Gandalf. You say my parents wanted me to immigrate to the West. I'm so glad I choose not to. I mean, I'm so glad you didn't too, because maybe you will not be there right now talking to us about your beautiful project every single time. And I'm so
Yeah.
grateful for that.
You should come over, visit us.
But you can still visit. Where your parents wanted you to immigrate to. Like, you decided? USA? Oh, yeah. I mean,
Well, everybody has a place for themselves, so maybe that's your
USA
place is over there.
racist, Australia racist, UK racist, France racist. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's some way.
Gandalf being Gandalf.
Dude, I want
Yes.
to. No, don't say yes, Arda. All right. Arda is on the visa in the U.S. First of all, I don't want him to get deported to Venezuela or whatever the fucking place it is. All right.
Yeah.
First,
You
second,
guys need to come and save me if that happens.
I want to visit him. In a few weeks, in a few months. I don't want to get deported either. To Salvador, El Salvador. So
So
please
don't put that on
don't
internet,
put on
Gandalf.
on internet on our
In the
pages.
universe.
Yeah. I bet like I'm like to be honest, Gandalf. Last time, what happened is this: like I went to visit Arda for his birthday last November, and
Yeah, you mentioned that nuclear scientist thing.
I arrived and they asked me, "Oh, did you get that type of visa back in the days?" And I was like, I stuttered, like just thinking about like, is it the exact visa they were talking about? And the girl literally like gave my passport to someone else, and I was like, there was
Uh,
nobody waiting in line, so I was super happy because like it takes 2 hours, 3 hours to get out of the immigration in Los Angeles. I was so happy, and that girl like she literally took my passport, gave it to someone, and I had to wait 2 hours in the office, the back room, for them to check it out. And I'm like, fuck. So yeah, now imagine with the situation right now,
yeah.
like Trump, they're gonna check my phone and they're gonna be like, wait, why are they talking about nuclear equipments?
Even green card holders, like if you have any criminal background, that they can be like, oh, what is
Dude, and
this?
not
That they can
even
deport you back.
criminal background, dude. Like think about that. The guy right now that got deported in El Salvador
Yeah.
has no background.
But he had green card.
He had a green card, is married, and he's having a child, and and he has a child
But how did they put him in that group? Like it's just like
because he had like
accidentally.
tattoos, and for them they look like tattoos from MS-13, which is like a gang. And they were like, "Oh, you're
That's
part of
just
that
so
gang, so get the
stupid.
fuck out. We're sending you to El Salvador. Goodbye." That is insane, dude. Insane. We're living in a crazy time, guys. People are nuts. Authoritarianism is real. They're gonna put autistic people in farm camp in the US to deconstruct them and become like useful to society because they don't, you know, to take money, they're not useful. So
Yeah, I think it's me, to be honest. Like I left Turkey after electing an autocrat. Now I'm here. We elected another autocrat.
that's true.
I think
And
anywhere
every
I
time that I
go,
was with you, every time, Trump got elected. And I remember like my
yeah,
visa situation was because Trump was, elected.
yeah.
Yep. Mother heifer.
When I moved to Los Angeles, he got elected, and then when the other elections were happening, I just left US for like few weeks, and then Biden elected, and then I
Yeah.
came back,
You
and
should
Trump
have
is.
fucking leave, dude, when he got elected. Gosh, the week you should have left the country for the week. The wheel keeps on turning. Wait, I was trying to find the what is the
I'm gonna leave in 5 minutes. FYI.
okay. That's
You
fine.
can continue one-on-one with Gandalf if you want.
No, I need
You
to
guys
chill the
can
fuck
get
out. I
into
need
more the
to
nuclear science thing. I'm, to be honest, I want to talk more about it, but then everything you said,
we
I'm
need
like,
to
yeah, let's
get
not
you
get
on the
into that.
on the on the live, Gandalf. Like
Yeah,
you
we
need
need
to
to.
like
We
we
want to
need
hear
to
your voice.
we want to hear your voice and we want to hear all your stories. All right. So, yeah,
He's like, I'm shy. I don't.
I'm shy. But
Did you go to the gym today?
of course.
Nice. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up.
We'll wrap.
Yeah. I mean, normally there's live notification wherever we go line. How is it not working? I have no idea.
Is it
But it
on?
is. It is
Hmm.
on. Yeah. Yeah. Just click the bell or whatever. But yeah.
in the
In the
Discord.
Discord. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
But
true.
we are doing it with like different software that just connects us to Twitch and YouTube. But I don't know if you can do the Discord too. Can we?
We do have a Discord. I think, but I think I did set up Discord for every time that we're going live.
We'll look into it.
We'll look into it. Yeah,
Matt
Thor,
will
you
look
can
into
find
it.
us
Sorry.
on Discord. There's nothing there except Gandalf stuff most of the time. But yeah, you can find that on our page. Definitely, there's a link to our Discord, right? But yeah, so let me check something. Damn. But yeah, I have to go too, dude. I need to play Oblivion. You know, there's Oblivion.
Oblivion? Oblivion.
Oblivion. There's a
Oblivion?
remake of Oblivion. People will know. But
And I
yeah.
need to go work.
I
I
would be
would I
skeptical.
I would be three. It has to be 3 times at least.
But that's true though. Like it's a weird question, Gandalf. Because how can I be
Is it from Gandalf's
healed
Gandalf?
twice? Normally once should be enough, no? Or is it two different type of cancers? Don't answer.
Are you
Answer
talking
next
about the
time.
zodiac cancer?
Oh,
All right, I'm
exactly,
gonna go.
exactly. Yeah, we're
I'm
gonna go,
out.
guys. Thanks for the follow for the people that followed us. And
What's Thor? What's this? Are you doing Trump? Um,
exactly. Right.
is Trump? So not Trump. What am I saying? Thor is new, right? Have we talked with Thor before?
He said so, yeah, a few long time ago.
Maybe. All right.
Yeah. But it's been
Yeah,
a
it was nice to
pleasure.
talk with you too, Thor. Yeah,
Yeah.
likewise.
And Gandalf, check the
Always a
notification. I'll
pleasure.
try to work it out with Discord so you'll get a notification next time. In the meantime, guys, good night,
Take care.
good day, take care, see you.